Chairman Meeks, and thank you to all the witnesses for joining us today. Today's hearing focuses on promoting inclusion in lending, particularly with respect to minority depository institutions and community development financial institutions. As we know, MDIs and CDFIs make up a significant portion of the banking services for minority-owned businesses and majority minority neighborhoods. In light of the events over the last few weeks, it's important that we conduct this hearing with the understanding that every member of this subcommittee agrees that there is no place for racism in banking, and more importantly, in our society. We've all seen the horrific video of the death of George Floyd. There's not a person present at this hearing who isn't disgusted by the actions of that police officer and the officers at the site who did nothing to stop it. I can't imagine the pain his family is feeling, and hope they will be able to find some peace and justice that must and will be served. While banking policy can seem menial at a time when the country is recovering from a once-in-a-century pandemic, and as protests continue around the country, the services our witnesses and financial institutions across the U.S. provide are fundamental to rebuilding our economy. Unfortunately, the damage left in the wake of the looting and rioting by people who have hijacked peaceful protests will also require significant investment and work from financial institutions on top of what was already a monumental task. As of you aware, Congress and the administration took decisive action to pass the CARES Act in the wake of the economic shutdown due to the novel coronavirus. This legislation included many provisions designed to provide relief and forbearance to American families and businesses. Most notably, it established the Paycheck Protection Program, the PPP. At first, Congress appropriated $350 billion for the PPP. Not only did Treasury have to set up this program within 2 weeks, but the program sent out more funding in 14 days than the SBA had done in 14 years. The success of the first round led the Congress to appropriate an additional $310 billion for PPP. However, to ensure small institutions were the drivers of this program, Congress set aside $30 billion for financial institutions with below $10 billion in assets and another $30 billion for those with between $10 and $50 billion in assets. The latest PPP numbers on May 30th show the average PPP loan is $114,000, and roughly 80% of loans made are below $100,000. Furthermore, the number one industry receiving PPP funding is the critical healthcare and social assistance sector. MDIs and CDFIs have played a vital role in this program as well by making a combined $15.8 billion in loans. To put that in perspective, that is more money than 42 states received under this program. What is most notable about these statistics is that 170 minority deposit institutions made 107,000 loans totaling more than $10 billion. That averages out to 630 loans per minority deposit institution, averaging $95,000 per loan. While these numbers express the success of the PPP program, there is no government program that goes off without a hitch. Since the passage of the CARES Act, I have conversations with the bankers across the country from Washington State to Florida and heard many concerns from financial institutions, particularly smaller community institutions, were having with the program. I know there were many concerns with SBA's E-Tran portal, loan documentation, and forgiveness documentation, just to name a few. With the demand for PPP loans slowing down and the Congress looking to take action, amending the program to extend the covered period and alter forgiveness parameters, we should take this opportunity to examine what issues have plagued the institutions of all types, and specifically MDIs and CDFIs. I thank all of you for being here today and look forward to hearing your testimony. With that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Thank you.